Son of a bitch! 4? Hooray! Off to a bad start. Off to a bad start. How you doing, Musa?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
Fucker.
Get your hand off my penis!
No, don't want that. I don't like that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Welcome in. How you doing, Amizu? Hey, Macarena. Aria? Huh. Hold on, this hand keeps on moving on its own like a shithead. Son of a bitch. How do I fix this? Who did it? Cease to exist. Who did it? Down in my goodbye. Nene. How you doing, Moon Shield? Or Shell? I'm doing great. Someone's cranking. What's with the Ko-Fi? Hold on, we need duct tape. Stay, hand. Hopefully this doesn't constantly just break the entire time that I have it up. Okay. Ugh. Those are my tools, Nene. Can't you see? Goddamn exposure. I got hands there. How you doing, Doc Goddess? Hands! Hands are here! See? Un, deux, trois, four. Good. Un, deux, trois, four. All right.
for fuck's sake, another one!
Oh, what the fuck? Who did that? Who's my worst nightmare and who do I have 50? Thank you. Who did that? Who's oh my god? Is that you, Maddie? Maddie is up there as far as nightmares are concerned. And you did search the Ko-Fi. Thank you, Maddie. Why'd you do that? Okay. When are you actually coming up here? Well, that's generous. Wave of mutilations. Nope, you're gonna sleep in the heat. Okay. Did you get your pay raise finally? Nice. Good. That's good. Well, thank you. Red, red, yellow, blue, white, white. Need another blue. Need a brown. Need this to clown. I had an accident, everybody, okay? You should see the other guy. They are spotless. All right? You should see the other guy. Not a drop on him. Can you guess what it is? My new segment sponsored by Michelob Ultra. What is on my hands? Not shit color. Nope, nope. I want you to know. No, it's like diluted red because it's just blood and water. No, no, that's normal. Everybody poops out blood and water for their entire lives. How you doing, Drez? A wave of mutilation. Away. Busy. Well, I got the gloves on, but you can still see some on the wrist. Nope, don't eat the paints. That's right, Sir Rumpelstiltskin. I am followed around by a black cloud. It is spray paint, Drez. It is spray paint. It was something related to this painting that I was testing out. Whoa, whoa. Okay, that's cool. Cease to exist. That's not from the Broken Red Tube. Nope. Good memory, but it's not. It's from I was testing out spray paint the background for this painting. And I didn't like any of them.
Fucker!
Here. I was using this for the background. No, I was using this for the background. but I didn't like it. Didn't like it. That's right, Nene. That's right. But I decided to do something different. So what am I doing instead of the spray paint hand? What are we going to do instead of the spray paint hand, everybody? Let's see how much like a dunce painter in Northern Illinois thinks. Let's see how close you are. Spray paint dong? Nope. What is my new, what am I going to do instead? Handprint? Well, that's what I was trying to do. God damn. That's annoying. Throw a tomato at the backdrop and paint the splatter pattern on it? Nope. Not that. Winner gets 5 oily points if you can guess what my plan is instead. Flying pig? Nope. How you doing, Salt? Thank you for test running your poetry. Multiple spots. God, I'm using too much red. But this tube is broken, so I don't know what to do anymore. Hold on, my papa is calling me. Hands! Hi, guard. 1 second. Papa is calling me. I'm back. Sorry. Welcome, everybody. Un papa. How you doing, Luna? You like hands? All right, so the thing we're going to add to this... Oh, we got ads. I'll wait till the ads are done. Silver grains. Oh, nice, silver grains. You know, I've broken, like, probably 10 palette knives on stream. Did you know that? Son of a bitch. At least you didn't loot me like Maddie did today. Do I have scissors? Do I have skizzers over here? Doesn't look like I have skizzers, huh? Fuck. Shit. Ah, shit. Oh, thank you, Doc Goddess. Can I just work this back and forth and break it? I was kind of taking it easy, and I was on the phone, and I lost track of time. I did this entire setup today as well. So, I was like prepared, but then I lost track of time, and then I wasn't. Okay. So ripping it with your bare hands works. Like an animal. All right, so I am gonna add, I think I'm gonna add one thing to this painting, since nobody got it right. The oily points will go to me. I'm gonna make another plaster hand of the finger gun, and I'm gonna paint it red. And hopefully I can hang that up in that blank space. Before the second session. I just have to order more of that shit. Thank you, Salt. That was what my resolution was.
Badly.
Drew Holt. Welcome in, Drew. Down in my good down. Can I scrape out enough burnt umber? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Give those points back. I need those points. Also, Maddie, you can give yourself 10 points for the donation. Remember, you can buy oily points, everybody, with donations. Remember, you can buy oily points with donations. By the way, Doc got his wonderful piece. Maddie, wonderful piece as well. Been very happy with the entry so far. Make sure everybody to get your paint-a-dongs in. Make sure everybody get your paint-a-dongs in. We'll put the deadline as variable, but I'm hoping that we can close it by the end of this week. I will give full critique to anybody who wants it on their pieces. You know, Salt, you still have your dong to do. Mud still has their dong to do. Tommy Lee Jones needs to get theirs in. Laura, you need to get your dong in as well. But we're gonna do a stream of critique. Okay, everybody? Dongs, 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 dongs. Mud was gonna stop and paint a few dongs on the way. Listen, this is the biggest art prize pool ever done. God, I put out way too much blue now that I think about it. Okay. Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, that's what Mud said that they were going to do. Yep. Mud was gonna do the potadong. But it's just gonna be painting. Painting a dong. I'm positive Mud said that. Is Mud streaming tomorrow? Or is she still driving? No? Okay. No, no, Kaibot won it in the past. How don't you disparage this contest. How you doing, Margaret Fauli Ruiz? Welcome back. Welcome back, Margaret. Gotcha. I'm not banned. How could you ban what is unbannable? Did I just spill a bunch of solvent? Find it. How you doing, Kaylan? He's calling me now. Okay. Dongs, 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 dong. I can't recall any channel banning me. Gonna need a lot of white for this painting. Methinks. Okay. Come on now. Sorry, we're just prepping the paint, everybody. We're just paint prepping. We're doomsday paint prepping right now, everybody. I've got into this new thing called doomsday prepping. Oh, it's so fun. I can't wait for the world to end. I bought so many guns and built several bunkers already. My family is not worried for me. I have 8 go bags now. No, you got to be prepared, Salt. Paint prepping, yeah. You know, God would want the world to end, everybody, okay? All right? God would want the world to end, so we got to prep for it. Oh, that makes sense, Salt. He doesn't have the balls.
What the fuck is that?
These are called oil paints, Shasta. I'm mixing some filler into some of these, so I don't go through them as fast. It's just cheaper. And I'm mixing some stand oil into a lot of them. For multitudes of reasons. Yeah, I'm not, you know. I don't think we'd want to live in a world where we would need that stuff. Well, you should, like I said, you should see the other guy, okay? Shasta, you should see the other guy, okay? They are spotless. They are spotless. How you doing, Lost Traveling? Oh, that makes sense. Nice to see you, Lost. I just turned this glove inside out for that joke. I have like no burnt umber. We can make do though. In worst case, I'll grab more. What are you gonna? It was for the setup, Shasta. I was doing some spray painting. I was trying to spray paint the imprint in my hand, and I didn't like how it turned out. So, spray paint, y'all. I was gonna spray paint the cardboard in the background, but then I realized that there's something else that would be better. But now I have to make another plaster hand. Everybody, I have to make another plaster hand. I didn't wear a glove. No, I didn't think about I didn't even consider wearing a glove. Who's in my freezer badly? Lindsey Graham. I didn't even think it didn't cross my mind. Okay. All right, we need some oil. Dongs. Dongs, 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 dongs. Please, I did so much worse as an engineer. A lot of dongs on the brain. Everybody, don't forget to get your dongs in. If you want to win the $2 billion prize pool, you got to get your dongs in. Okay? Paint your dongs. Send the photos. No, the currency of the future is empty Tic Tac containers, everybody. Empty Tic Tac containers are the future. That's why I have 10,000 of them. That's going to be the currency when the world falls apart. Okay. Shall we start? Dongs, 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 dongs. I could have swore I ordered some flats, but I didn't, I guess. Did I not add those to my cart? So I realized I didn't. I thought I ordered some more flats. That's stuck there. Not you. It's a good. I'm just gonna use you. Oh fuck! Did I fuck this up twice? Oh yeah, this brush is fucked. Okay. We'll let you dry out over there. No, no, no. I'm gonna instantly go cannibal, Shasta. I'm instantly gonna go cannibal, and looting and pillaging. I'm gonna go Fist of the North Star raiding. If anybody's familiar with that. Brush is probably too soft. That brush is fine. Okay. Dongs, 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 dongs. You'll be lucky to last the week. I'll make it years. I'm very resourceful. And I'm a great fighter. Shasta, with all my fighting experience, you don't think I'd last a week? Why do you think I do all these fight to the deaths? To train. You're the best. No, no, I'm gonna be the ruthless leader, okay? I'm gonna hoard all the materials. I'm gonna rule by fear. Around. Nothing's ever gonna take you down. You're the best. Oh, no, no. I'm talking when the world ends. Has anyone watched Fist of the North Star? Has anyone watched Fist of the North Star? Okay. I would be like one of those desert raiders, raiding and pillaging all the resources. Okay. I'd go very Mad Max with it too. I'd instantly be in leather harnesses and stuff. Exactly, Embry. So I'd instantly really embrace the leather Mad Max vibe, like way too early. I'd be into that way too early. But I'd get a lot of loyalists together, right? And then I'd probably create a religion where I'm, the head of. And I'd make it through. Obviously cannibals. Dawn of the Lords. Obviously a lot of cannibalization. Right? Elia illustrations. Oh, I missed that. Thank you for the follow. And Luna, thank you for the follow. Not hitting this color yet. I think I need a lot more white. That was too much red. Too much red. Make a big old pile of this. Alright. We'll start off with that for cardboard. Alright, we're working with okay, there's it's amazing how like color just keeps on finding ways to get out of this brush. Uh, 24 by 24 inches. Which for you non-patriotic non-Americans, that is 60 by 60 centimeters. For all you non-patriotic un-Americans. Nothing's ever gonna take you down. What is foxglove? Am I just gonna do this by eye? Are we just gonna do this all by eye right now, everybody? Probably should. Spread the paint around. I know you do, Maddie. Maddie, did you answer? When are you and Lizzie here again? I missed it then. Can you repeat it? Last week of August. Fuck me. Fucking son of a bitch. The concert's on Saturday, right, Maddie? It's on Friday. Okay. Like that Rebecca Black song. I hope BTS covers it. I never knew Friday existed until that Rebecca Black song, everybody. Oh, yeah? Yeah, who would have thought? Ooh, that blue had some taint on it. Just fuck up this whole mix. The 21st of September. Yep, didn't know Mondays existed until Prince and Manic Monday. Is that where I'm going to put it down? That might need to go higher. Like somewhere like there. Just another Manic Monday. Anyone know that Prince wrote that song? That's a weird feeling. Ooh. Ooh. Hmm. I'm not a Katy Perry boy. She turned into a real asshole, huh? What up, Shasta? You should have done it. Should have done it when you had the chance. Yeah, she had catchy songs. Then she just turned into a real asshole. And that makes me like her work a lot less. So who's watching sumo? Sumo's going very well for the Ukrainians. For the Ukrainian delegation, sumo's going great. Yeah, but that's not a reason why we should like some. Like some assholes, right? I am subtly not feeling great. I mean, I like Jack White. Even though he did a stupid art show, I think Jack White's a good dude. Oh, I was so nervous, Shasta. And then how he beat Onosato. It's fucking awesome. Shishi's looking better. But I don't trust him until he's faced very easy competition. You do, Salt. And you need to burn those letters you keep that you want to send to Kevin Spacey. Why am I feeling nauseous all of a sudden? Oh yeah, a lot, Salt. No, it's not that. How many Four Locos? Okay, so it does feel like queasiness, like I will vomit. Possibly. And I have no clue. I haven't eaten yet today, which is not uncommon for me. Yeah, I've drank water. Or do we just let it ride, everybody? And if I vomit, I vomit. Should I Ivan Drago this? Never, Shasta. That's where all the nutrients are. I know. If my mouth starts watering, I will. This happened to me. I am, Maddie. When I was working from home one time, I had like about a nausea and I puked out the demons and then I was fine, but it was like motion sickness. Can't open up the windows. It's too hot out. Or I'll make it too hot in here. I wonder what's causing this. Try not to be a wiener. I don't puke that often. I do puke when I drink. Like, this legitimately feels like I am, like, sobering up. Queasy a little bit. Maybe, Salt. But, you know, I haven't been drinking. Electrolytes okay? I don't know. I ate yesterday. It's like one of those things where it's like, where it's like you wake up and you feel, you don't know how you feel. Got a little bit of that. No, this isn't a curse. Maddie, I have literally tens of thousands of curses on me. Do you know how many magic people I've killed? On accident? I lied about the number. It's in the thousands. I do not have any mints, no. This is odd. We'll sit for a few minutes still. Where's my water? Where did I put my water? Right there. Let's have some water. I don't have ginger. Nope. I don't have ginger. That is hands, Cranky Martini. No Tums. I don't carry shit like that at my place. I usually just ride this shit out. People seem to like hands. Hands, 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 hands. Maybe I just need to sit upright. You want some I would love some Bertolli Penne vodka. No bread. Well, I'd have to make it. You know, it makes me wonder why there's a foot fetish. Well, I believe the foot fetish is because the part of our brain that, like, I believe, like, controls walking and feet related shit is next to our sexual, like the sex aspect of our brain. Unverified. There are hand fetishes. I just never heard of it. I know the feet one's fairly popular. Just here for all you hand perverts. Here for all you hand perverts. Look at this. I don't like this feeling. Do you think there's a hernia fetish? There's probably some perverts that are into that. Maybe Salt. Oh God, prolapses? Fuck, that one's pretty gross to me. I'll yuck that yum. Oh. Do you think the is it not Salt? That burp was odd. I haven't drinking anything carbonated. Do you think the people who used to grow their you remember those people who'd grow their fingernails really long? To the point that it kind of ruined their lives? Do you think those people fetishized fingernails? No, you're going to hear all of it. I could see that, Salt. I could see that. You know, maybe I am dehydrated in some capacity. This feeling kind of reminds me of like a hard wrestling practice, as odd as that sounds. I need to get the money first, Maddie. I'm not making that mistake again. But just know we're running a special, everybody, for the next 5,000 days. We're running a special here. Any paint set, full paint set, and any original paintings you buy come with feet and taint picks. With feet and taint picks. Nope, you're gonna hear all that too, Maddie. No, I know they weren't a joke, Shasta. It literally, I haven't had this feeling all day though, so I don't know if it's sitting in this chair or like looking at something with focus. I was watching. There was a lot of furry dongs. Furry dongs, boobs, and vaginas that day. All over the art. It could be. Well, I'm only looking at these two. Vagine. It was so many, though, big furry dongs. So many big furry dogs when I was touring the art section. Well, funny enough, I did feel like some neck soreness. Back of the neck soreness. But it might be passing, the nausea feeling. Let's see if it comes back. Let's ride it out, baby. I did drink 4 gallons of milk today, though. In one sitting. I didn't. That was a lie. Were they chunky? No. Way too much red. Okay, let's see. Gibsmo, I'd be guessing because a lot of like furry anime stuff is also closely related to I guess sex, right? And most people will it's too red still. Be more curious than like something that's like purely a hobby, like that too. Yeah. But also, you know, like hentai is literally like one of the most viewed porn in the world. Right? So it's like you also have that crowd, so it's not just furry, it's also like sexualized cartoons. So like if I were like doing what I do does not get like an average person to watch because most people have a very low attention span for painting in general. I don't know why I'm being so... Is that too big? I wonder if I'm conflating just being hungry. Maybe I was just getting a hunger attack. I haven't eaten today. Is that better, Maddie? I haven't fasted in a while, and I kind of decided I was going to fast today because I didn't feel like cooking. So I wonder if that's just like, you know, I fasted a lot in the past, though, so it's not like this is a new feeling, but... Hentai, I believe, Gibson, I believe hentai is the most searched porn in the world. That doesn't, Maddie, I've fasted a lot in my life, and so it's not really like a, you know, problem, but I haven't done a lot, and I did kind of eat a good amount yesterday, more than usual. Yeah, that's not me. Do you guys know the most I've fasted before? Does anyone want to guess the longest amount of time I've fasted? Not 24, no. Eight days, no. No, this was straight no food. I would allow sugarless drinks was the most I consumed. Nothing with calories though. But water, black coffee, or artificial sweeteners. Five days, nope. $72 hours, nope. 12 hours, nope. I'm way over 12 hours right now. I'm at like 18 or 19 hours right now. The most I did was 10 days. 10 days. I got used to it. However, nights were the worst. When I was like lying in bed. Really, Cranky? No. I did it on my own. With my hatred of the world. Or the poop juice, yeah. Yep, I did 10 days. And you know what the funny part was is I ended it on a Halloween. How you doing, Jadish? Yeah, that makes sense, Cranky. I was like, oh, I really want this specific meal from this Mexican place to break the fast. And then I was gonna go there from lunch from work. And then they were fucking closed on Tuesdays. It was a Tuesday that I ended it on. And they were closed on fucking Tuesdays. And like, okay, fine, I'll just go to this other restaurant that I tried, and then the food kind of sucked. I was so disappointed. It was so disappointing. Yep. I was around. I mean, Shasta, you know, the 10 days was so much easier than the wrestling cutting weight I used to do. Um, and hi, Pickles. Hope you're well. Shasta, the cutting I did for wrestling was fucking criminal. If I ever had a child that like wanted to do wrestling, I would fucking watch them like a hawk because I know the shit I did. in high school, mind you, was not good. No bueno. No bueno. Wrestling wrestling cutting is certainly something I would never wish anybody to do. It is awful. Because you're not, the food is not the problem. It's you can't drink water. You cut liquid. So when I was cutting weight for wrestling, I would wake up before school, go to the gym, and I'd be wearing like full sweatsuit, and I would do the elliptical for like 45 minutes to an hour to try and sweat out pounds. I would do it during lunch. I'd ask the gym teachers at gym class if I could do it, and I'd do it after school so I could sweat out that weight. And then you have to sit there. You have to sit there with your mouth, like your mouth is dry. Your mouth is fucking dry, and you can't drink. Because a bottle of water is a pound. Just straight up, a bottle of water is a pound. And if you're trying to cut 6 pounds, you're not doing it by losing fat. You're doing it by losing water. And it would drive it, and then if you had to do it for 3 or 4 days, oh, you just did it. I don't know, like the most I cut was 16 pounds in basically 2 days. 16. So it was no water. You'd chew on ice and spit it out. Yeah. And that was in high school. That was in high school I did that shit. And if you didn't make weight, boy, were you an asshole. No. No. It wasn't. I think wrestling is a great sport. I think the culture behind wrestling is awful. Well, I told you I'd get the I had the most bizarre, I had like pregnant cravings when I was cutting weight for wrestling, because I was like, it's literally like a sanity test. Oh, it's all right. You don't need to apologize. I did it myself. There was obviously like some familial and like cultural influence in it, but tough guy bullshit. But like I would get the bizarre cravings. So like my family, we weren't milk drinkers, we weren't breakfast food people, but I had the craziest cravings for like cold milk and pancakes. When I was like doing that. When I was dehydrated and not eating. How you doing, Bear? Welcome in. Bye. Hi, bye. Why are you hi-buying me? You stay in here, Bear. Is that a drip? No, this Bear guy said hi bye on YouTube. Hold on one second, everybody. I think I hear water drip, and I don't know where it's coming from. But it sounds like it's right by me. One second. Yep. Found it. Let me grab a towel. Well, that's a new spot. Another leaking spot. Yeah, it was raining. It was just raining by me. So, yeah, right. Well, so that's one of the things that a-hole neighbor, he's complaining of leaky roof, and we've been trying to do shit with that. He called in people on his own to do shit with the roof without HOA approval. It happened a couple weeks ago. And they actually fixed some spots, and the spots I had leaking before stopped. So this is the first, but this is a brand new leak, and it's actually would be right over where my shit would be if I'm doing this. It barely missed my still life just now. So it's a new spot that just appeared. Leaking, unfortunately. But it's still not that bad of a spot to have a leak. But it didn't rain hard. President's awful. Somebody else should take over for this president because he's terrible. It is what it is. We got to fix the roof. It's just we can't. We can't until we have money. So if anybody wants to buy a painting for $2 million, that would literally solve all of my problems in life. And you would have a painting that will quadruple in price in a matter of years. All right, everybody? With just one easy payment of $2 million. I am not. No. We had a falling out, Pickles. We had a falling out. All right. Don't feel nauseous anymore, by the way, everybody. I would stream a lot more than I do right now, Yambri. I'd probably be at least 4 times a week. And, I'd have a much cooler place to do so. You'd see my setups get a lot better. And I'd be living in a warehouse. Camera lighting, all better. Thank you, Omizu. Please do. Well, that's why I want the warehouse. Yambri, I want a big fucking warehouse. I sleep in a corner, kitchen in a corner, the kitchen bathroom in a corner, right? Sleep in another corner, and then the other 2/3 of it is a stage for my props, all the props, my painting setup, my paint machine. That's what I want to live in. I would be doing that too, Dot Goddess. Because what I would do is I would literally pay out of my own pocket to fix all the shit here. If I had $2 million, I'd then probably rent out this unit or move out. And then I'd go find a warehouse. I'd find a warehouse that's just a big open room. That's all I want. And I just need a bathroom hookup and a sink. And a laundry machine, hookup and stuff like that. But I want to live like a fucking maniac, everybody. I'm telling you. Doesn't even need to be heated and cold. I'd figure that out. If I can get the warehouse. Oh yeah, I am still zoomed in. I'm sorry. Cooked on a hot plate, which would, yeah, no, I'd still want like a kitchen, but it wouldn't need to be like an enclosed area, and I wouldn't need fancy shit. I just need enough counter space and like, you know, the electrical and stuff. But I'm saying is I just don't need rooms. I don't need rooms. I just need one wide open big ass space. That's what I want. That's what I want to live in. If money wasn't an object, that's what I'd be living in.
I said good day!
Good day. How you doing, Richards? I would talk it over with them and be an adult about it, Pickles. God, this is amazing how different that looks. No. That was a bad deed, Maddie. I need those points back. I'm in point. Do you know how much debt I'm in? Do you know how much badly point debt I'm in right now? I've noticed. I've noticed. We had to at the time. We needed to go fiat, Salt. We needed to go fiat. Not Alfa Romeo. We needed to go fiat. I hope somebody gets that joke. The joke is dumb, but I don't think it's a bad joke. Okay, thank you. All right, good. Yeah, that's fine. I know what you're talking about, yeah. Omizu. I could do that if I needed to. Don't worry, you'll laugh later at it, Salt. You'll laugh later at it. I'm not old. I am bitter, though. I am old. Who the fuck am I saying? Ugh. Dongs, 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 dongs. Probably too early to do this shadow, but whatever. How you doing, Ada? Probably, Pickles. What do you mean you'll be at 250? Holy shit. That's a lot, Salt. Hola! Alright, so who's gonna buy a painting for 2 million? Right? Pickles. I know you have a secret 2 mil. You can only spare 6 million? Okay, fine. I'll take 6 million. I've seen a lot of them out of net. I'm very excited. Out of net, do you have your paint-a-dong almost done? All right, well then we have an accord, Pickles. And I have to let you know I already spent the money. I already spent the money on original MC Hammer EPs. Or vinyls. Nope. Nope. MC Hammer. Ah, fuck. I fucked this up, huh? I think I fucked this up, everybody. I just realized. Everything's too big. Everything's just way too big. And I'm just realizing it now. Don't worry, I'm not leaving. Fucking shit. See if oil will work for what I want here. Would I have an assistant? Yes, I would. God, I'd love to have an assistant. I got you out of that. Yeah, I will. Okay. Hey, everybody, I'm just starting for today. I'm just starting for today. Isn't this great? Oh, fuck you. Oh, so I can't leave, but you could just murder me and leave? You're staying, Salt. Minute 250. Oh, nobody redeemed first? Okay. God, people are so Jones to get into the stream. Okay. I'm just starting this, everybody, okay? This is just starting. I haven't made a brush mark yet. Nope. No, my assistant would just do everything, Richards. If I needed, like, they would do all my grocery shopping. Um, and all my, like, busy work. No, Tatiana doesn't want to do that stuff, Maddie. That is true. Okay, so now I made everything too big. So what do I need to do first? I would like to look through something. Do I? Oh, I do have that. Perfect. Okay. I was having problems placing this. So let's... like that. No, I don't grid. I don't grid. This is the most I do. Ooh, that's not bad out in it. What type of benefits do they want? I'm just struggling today. Are we on a struggle bus today? So like that's just like a real... So if this is like the line right here, and that's... Mercury's in Gatorade. It might be. All right, remember everybody, keep it smaller, stupid. You big dumb idiot. I think I didn't go down far enough either. So if this is like down here now. Okay. Let's bring out another brush. Maybe we start with the shadows in some of these areas. I think that's too far to the left already. just like a quarter up. So this would be a quarter, that would be half. So maybe this is like right here. Maybe goes that here. Oh, way too low. I think I'm making it too big again. Why aren't I seeing this right? Everyone knows it's Lindsay. Just under half. There was a new photo that he's just like in a coma. Like he's brain dead, like that were the early rumors. So I'm hoping that's where he's at. Outside of hell. But thankfully some Republicans are actually calling it out too, so I guess good on them. One okay thing that they did, because it's so fucking corrupt. Yeah, I'm feeling all right now, Maddie. And don't mix. Excuse me. Tabor Furlong, welcome in. If you have any questions, please let me know.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
My plums. I'm being too exact. Let's... That hand might be too big again. To be human again. To be human again. Try it. Everything has too much white in it right now. Looking like poop. Looking like poo. Everything looks like poo. It's my new single on Spotify. Get yours while supplies last. Thank you, Richards. I partnered with Dave Rubin on it. Got to be a big shot, did you?
And that's a fact.
God, I can't even. Okay. Son of a bitch. Facts. Let's see. Let's go with global trade. You may not know this, but pigments and dyes were some of the most sought after commodities. Oh, geez. Sought after commodities in the world throughout history. What examples do we have of this? Well, first off, in Aboriginal trade, particularly in Australia, pigments, specifically ochres, were the most highly sought and traded for materials, leading to big power, local power directly related to the quality of the pigments in the lands of the Aboriginal tribes. All right, specifically on Australia. Also in Africa and so forth, but the big examples were in Australia. Wars would be fought over pigments, and cultural influence was also a huge factor of them. So, for example, our friends at Venice ran a port where a lot of the shit came in from the Middle East. A lot of pigments. They would get first access to it. Their artists would get the benefit of better pricing. Specifically, ultramarine blue from the Venice port. Where people, the Flemish countries, you'll see their paintings had to differ quite a bit because the availability of certain pigments was just not there. Or they were too prohibitively expensive even for the people commissioning the works. Because as you got farther away from Venice, more likely the shit would run out before you even had a chance to procure some. This also led to conquests, particularly with the Spaniards in Central America. Their two biggest exports from Central America to Europe were, number one was silver, And number 2 was cochineal red dye. Cochineal red dye that they kept very secret. But by money, it was their second largest export from the Americas money-wise. Only to silver. Only to silver. So this affected how people painted. Very much so, Shasta, because ultramarine blue was only mined. The only mine I'm aware of it that was used for pigment production is in Afghanistan. That's where the Egyptians got it from. You know, there was only one real particular place that had it. And trade routes made it more difficult, you know? Or trade routing. Not to mention established trade. This also put, like, you know, so that was a dye that could be turned into pigments. But, you know, you see the other, the effects on culture and wealth that being able to procure pigments on their own brought, and art. So for example, Egypt had trade with, there was Egyptian blue traded to the Greeks and Romans throughout times. We found examples, apparently, from something Pickles sent me, there was Egyptian blue found in Pompeii homes. And Pliny the Elder also documented trade with Egypt, particularly for the pigments that were much more unique to the, like, you know, Middle East, Northern Africa, Central Asia. Because frankly, Europe didn't really have a tremendous amount of, like, pigments available to them as far as the ones that could be mined, right? I believe there was a cinnabar mine in Spain, I recall. But they didn't have practical access to ultramarine blue without trade. Cochineal red. I think they had rose madder capability, but like cochineal Kermes red had to be imported. I believe orpiment and realgar had to be all imported in. Lead white was central to. They could make that in Europe, obviously. But they really heavily, their only pigments were all ochre or umber based. But even those probably had to travel. Like France does have several unique ochres that have become synonymous with themselves. But, like, you know, the green ones, Verona Earth, or the umbers, a lot of them came from, like, Cyprus. And that leads us to today. As pigments are industrialized, they still have to move countries. There's only like 4 or 5 companies. There's not a lot of companies, I should say. I'm not sure how many are in Asia, specifically. But there is probably less than 10. I'll be safe. I'll say there's probably less than 20 companies who actually make modern pigments. We're talking the phthalos, the pyrols, the bismuths. That's just my painting. Is that better, Richards? You had to be a big shot. Did you? Well, I just did something. There are companies who only make, so I actually, one of my people in my HOA, I found out works for Sherwin-Williams. And I asked him if he could tell me who who supplies their pigments and such. And he actually sent me something, and it turns out that the only pigment provider that he was aware of was one that only makes titanium white. Only makes titanium white. Because they use a fuckload of titanium white. And they usually use dyes within that paint. Oh, the palette was out of focus too? And also, thankfully, everybody, I'm getting a new shipment of pigment. My dad is going to Europe, and he is muling back some pigment. Yep, we got 3 kilograms of yellow coming. Kilograms. We have a kilogram of pyrrole red, a kilogram of quinacridone magenta, and a kilogram of phthalo blue coming. At much better prices than what I could get them here for. Yeah! I know. I'm excited. Six kilograms of pigment, everybody. To give you an idea, with that previous batch that you saw me of yellow, that was probably close to a kilogram of pigment. It probably wasn't even. I think I measured it out. I think it was only like 900 grams of pigment. But it's also from Kramer, which is very good quality. Probably better quality than the one from this batch. I told him to like be careful about that, because he just like, I asked him if like, you know, what could we do, because we have family in Poland and like right by the German border, which Kramer is based out of. So they were able to buy, I'm not sure, comical, if they just put it on their in their bag, like not in their carry-ons, but on their luggage, I don't think it'll be a problem. But I told him to look into it. But yeah, so I'm gonna be fully stocked on, thankfully, the yellow for a good amount of time. I think until his next European trip, but it saves almost it's almost half as cheap. If I was living over there, it's half as cheap. But you know, Europe, everything's so expensive, everybody. Well, I think they'll have I think they'll have the receipts for them. Well, I mean, none of them are white, thankfully, Richards. You know, a bright yellow, a bright red, a magenta, and a deep blue. I think we'll be all right. I'm just hoping that they don't have to pay duty on it. I have not been to Miami, nor do I plan on it. Miami seems like an awful place for awful people. Apparently all those Manosphere losers live in Miami. You had to be a big shot, did ya? Anyways, that's there's some discourse on I think this hand is still too big now. God, I'm having problems seeing that size correct, huh? I think it needs to like come down to like here. You guys hear about the Tates? It's a big shame that our heroes, the Tate brothers, got arrested. It's a damn shame. How could the world do this to such fine men? Oh, they got arrested for extradition. They were in Miami, yeah. And they're gonna be sent to the UK. Apparently the UK has like 20 something charges against them. They deserve so much better. Those patriots. Those leaders of men. How will the OnlyFans creators ever recover from this, everybody? I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever be able to recover. I mean, I don't know what I just you know, I just got into Andrew Tate's Man School. I was on the wait list, but I got in finally. What am I going to do? Well, I already have, Maddie. I've already donated my my home to their global defense, you know, their legal defense fund. Everybody should too. Listen, everybody, the Tate brothers need help. All right, and it's up to us to help them. All right? Find it in your hearts. Richards, I know you've donated already too. I know Salt has. It's important. It's an important thing for everybody here, okay? Yeah, no, it's bad, Salt. Sex trafficking. I think there's child pornography. Um, yeah, put those fuckers away. The arms of an angel. Went through a lot of paint here. So I think I made this a little bit too high. It's too high. No, you know what's funny is our president of the United States has done worse. They're shadows. It's just not. My colors are really bad right now because they're kind of mixing together, but you know, that's the setup. In the arms of... Reminds me of how outline shows up in Red Desert Storm. I don't know what you're talking about, it's a Rumpelstiltskin. How you doing, Outers? Okay. I haven't seen it, but I can, by that description, I can understand what you mean. Yeah, sure. Got to get it, dude. How are you doing today, Odorous? There's a lot of red I accidentally just grabbed up. Red. Where did all that red come from? Still coming out. Darker than I wanted it to be. I think I just needed to make everything like lower here. You are shocked. The earworms, yeah. Well, I also like, I've watched Fist of the North Star. Love that beginning. When was that remake done? No, I don't, Maddie. I think we're not gonna be going actually that much longer, so. I am feeling something in my stomach, though. Recently? How much of the story did they cover? Nah, this isn't shits. I'm very familiar with explosive shits. I'm rank 1 in the world in explosive shitting capabilities. Fuck. I think I made these too bright, or this color I'm thinking it is too bright already, but I'm not sure. It definitely needs to be more yellow. It's too tall, huh? It's too high. Am I just seeing this all too bright? I might be just seeing this all too bright right now. Yeah, I watched the entire OG one back in the day. Not back in the day, like a few years ago. When I would watch animes. Odoris, do you know who Eonishki is facing today? It's Hosh. I wonder how he'll do against Hosh. Hosh has been either great or mediocre today. He's never been, I mean, this Basho. He's never been bad, but he's lost a few matches he really shouldn't have. He's lost 3 already. If he gets through Hosh, he has a real, Eonishki has a real good shot at winning this. Because I think Kirishima will probably lose to Hosh or Onosato. Second to last one. Well, I've been watching them in the morning. I've been feeling so tired recently that I actually haven't been. I've stayed up till group 1 starts, or sometimes I get a little in the group 1. Then I go to sleep, and right when I wake up, I watch the rest of them. Yep, see another issue. Okay. This. all needs to come down. Yeah. If it was 3 a.m., I think I could do it. But 4 a.m. is too tough right now. Hakano Fuji. Who did Kirishima lose? Kirishima kind of lost to not a good person last night, too. Forgot who it was, but yeah, both Ozeki and both Yokozuna's lost last night. Did you see the stare down between Kirishima and Atami Fuji? Was Kirishima being too sensitive? Yeah, but it didn't really look intentional. It did not look intentional to me. I don't know, maybe Atami Fuji's a dick. I could see Atami Fuji being an asshole. Sasha, you're supposed to be watching my stream every minute of every day. I don't know. I think this one's on you. Are you watching any of the Phasmo update? God, I am starting to not feel well again. Because you're supposed to be watching the stream. Every second of every day. Even while you're sleeping. I need that ad revenue. Yeah, I'm about to, Yambri. I'm about to. I just don't know what this is. It went away for a little bit. I mean, we got a block in anyway, so it's not like I wasn't unproductive. I was oddly productive. No, my stomach. I felt a little nauseous earlier, and I'm feeling a little bit of it coming back right now. So. All right, whatever. Fine, we'll pack it in. Yeah, Shishi has had like the easiest schedule. I did not eat. You know, apparently that's fake, Maddie. Apparently the lettuce thing was a false positive, so we are back to not knowing where the parasite's coming from. Literally saw that last night. Apparently the lettuce was a false positive. I don't know. It was the FDA that said it. The FDA released it last night. And I watched, I think, a fairly good political person on it who does a lot of food safety shit and debunking. It's about COVID, maybe. Who said that? How you doing, Farrell? Ape Ev Ent? Okay. Welcome in. Yeah, the Taylor Farms thing, though, apparently it was a false positive. Well, there's a couple factors here. It still came out, so they still did it in the first place. The damage is already done, Sashi. I still think there are aspects of the FDA that still do things in the correct way, having worked with the FDA before. Now, I understand that they're run by a huge asshole, but that doesn't mean the entire institution doesn't do things or hold the previous standards. So I'm not going to just say that I can't trust anything that they say. So I'm not going to jump to saying like, well, I don't believe them anymore. You believed them in the first place when Taylor Farms did have the positive. So, point being is obviously there's some skepticism that needs to be had with this administration, but I would take an average person who's doing the testing from the FDA over a doctor or something like that. Yeah, I'm not saying it's all great. They are still doing testing. There are still aspects of the institution that are still doing stuff, though. The FDA was a very rigorous institution too before Trump. Like I said, I have done work with the FDA. Or work that was audited by the FDA, I should say. All right. Thank you, Omizu. I hope I did too. I wasn't feeling bad before stream. I was not feeling bad before stream. Son of a bitch. At least you didn't loot me twice. At least you didn't loot me twice. God, this looks like dog shit, huh? Time to wipe the D. Live and uncensored. Oh, we're at 8,600? Uh-oh, wait, don't say 86, Yambari. You might go to federal prison. You better watch out, Yambari. Don't say 86. I'll do my best, Sashi. How dare you attack me? Oh my god. Oh, this is gross. Oh, this is just filthy. God, with all this blood and soot on my hands. Thank you, Doc Goddess. User 6, yeah. User 6 or 7. Yeah, Marie, we know you like to do that 6-7 stuff. Like the kids these days. Also, everybody, I'm thinking about trying to do a drive for 1,000 subs on YouTube. I know you are, Yambari. If anybody knows of good ways to do this, where I can get the watch hours and get to 1,000, or know good ways to help, my YouTube is linked if you do !YouTube. No, but I need the watch hours too. So we're about 150 away, Maddie. But now we need the watch hours again. But like, yeah, like, I don't know, maybe posting at places or harassing people in the ravine. I would really like to get monetized on YouTube so I don't have to worry about it anymore. It goes through periods where it goes okay, and then other areas where it goes very slow. So if any of you have extra YouTube accounts that they could subscribe or show it to some people, I would be very happy and appreciative. Sleep in a haunted house and paint? I want to. I know, I think I do too, Maddie. It's just so hard to, like, do them. I appreciate that, Dog Goddess. I really do appreciate that and your support. But you a shock. It is easier. I have some ideas for simple videos, but then, like, you know, I've done some simple videos, Maddie, as you know. And very few have, like, paid off, so it's, like, not even, like... Or how do I attract the algorithm better? Fair enough. Well, if anyone would be willing to video edit for free, that would be a huge help. But I'm not asking anybody to do that. What about my paint facts? I don't really want to do that, Yambari. They could work as shorts, but I don't want to do videos of, like, what, you know, every asshole and their mother does to a certain extent. I don't want to be in a position, like, I'm being like a a dick about this to a certain extent, but it's like I don't want to be in a position where I'm making content solely for getting subscribers that doesn't match my integrity. Do you know how to video edit it, Maddie? It could be useful. Like I think it could benefit like doing shorts. How you doing, Mud? I'm painting lewdly. Well, like I said, we're running a new special, everybody. There's a new special for the next 10,000 days. Okay? Just started. Every original oil painting, paint set, and a pastel that you buy now comes with free taint shots and feet pics. And Mud, welcome back. I hope you got home well. I'm home. I'm home. And you are streaming tomorrow. I've done a lot of shorts though, Maddie. Yeah. Oh, maybe we can talk about it later. Yeah, Mud is streaming tomorrow, everybody. Be there at noon. I'll be there at noon tomorrow. Waiting. I don't know why I like this bit so much, Mud. But the bit is really funny to me. I don't think anybody else enjoys it anymore. I will. I shall. I was also thinking about doing a stream. Well, all right. So in the upcoming future, I need to get back to plein air. I need to get a couple more plein air pieces in oils. So I'm working on figuring out that farm situation and boats. I want to get a farm plein air, and I want to get at least one boat plein air painting. So keep on the lookout for that. I've also been tempted to do a gouache or watercolor plein air. It's hard to do that with getting permission, Richards. And they're also just generally not as interesting as you expect. But irregardless, next stream will be Wednesday, though. Next stream will be Wednesday. Sorry for the 2 short streams consecutively. Will do, Yambari. Yeah, I saw people do that. I realized I should have done that on my... Because I had a problem with stuff drying instantly. I know, Mud. I know you're very insulted. But you've kept your streak, right? No refunds. All sales final. All sales final. Oh, God. Fantastic. Look at that, Mud. You're at like 240-ish then? You're almost at 240? Where's the mouse? Do I even want to raid today? Do I have any friends on? Yeah, I'll double check. Oh, Figure Dolly's on though? Wait, I thought Figure Dolly was she's playing chess though. You're at 228? Yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna end. Oh, Silver Grains is on. No, we'll just raid Silver Grains. Silver Grains is on. She doesn't ask for much. We had Silver Grains. They're at the end of my list. Okay, everybody. Till next time, I will... Good, look at how much different. Why does my color look like so much worse? Is there something up with this camera? Did something change? Crime scene, yep. Ooh. Maybe, Maddie. Measy, thank you. Everybody have a good night. Greenbag, I'll see you in hell. We'll see everybody at Mudstream tomorrow. Oh, God. Spray paint, Richards. Spray paint. Oh, my God! Lizzie. All right. Bye, everybody.